Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Dicefunctional Campaign 2 with the Neighborhood Watch, where we last left our group of intrepid adventurers. They had just started going about doing their own thing. Kaz and Darius went through the Cronona town of city of Achenaeus and started running some scams, winning some casino games, and just stealing from people. Quite a bit went down over there. Quite a bit was made, well, a new local urban legend was created as they summoned the undead in the middle of a mausoleum in the city. And, well, we don't know how that happened, what happened there, but it happened. And that's where we left off with them. Fitz started changing physically as Sionver, the eldest child of Musianoa, his Fitz's patron, has performed a little surgery on Fitz, and Fitz has begun to change. Fizzy went back to see her parents and the rest of her family, and then went on to try and meet with Pristella, the bee, a constellation that is we'll say chosen of Valea, the god of travel and stars. Granny and Ignatius, on the other hand, went off to try and speak to their deities. Granny had very little luck, instead speaking to the psychopomp that had been following her, and Ignatius did manage to reach out to Feket Sergeant, the god of discipline, who was interested in him and said he was going to send something his way, though it hasn't been received yet. But that's where we left off. Now, Fitz, you have changed physically quite a fair amount. Right now, hold on. Let me make sure I get this right. There we go. I need to resume, not play. Physically, you are starting to look significantly more different. We described it previously, but just to go over, you have opalescent scales starting to grow down your hands to about your forearm currently. Claws, talons have begun to grow at the tips of your fingers. They're darker material. Same thing with your legs. Right now, they have begun to sprout scales, and they have begun to sprout talons as well. All opalescent in coloration. But most noticeably, you have scales starting to grow up your neck and a little bit along your face and your back. You are changing, both physically and stat-wise, out of character. There are some slight changes to Fitz's strength, as well as a few other stats. But I would say for right now, you are adapting to your situation. Shoes are largely optional for you. Sandals, maybe. You could probably wear sandals, though your toes aren't shaped the same way anymore, and one of them is towards the rear of your foot now, so nothing with the heel. Not anymore. Gloves, also not gonna work. But if it's any consolation, you do look more masculine. Now, what Fitz doesn't know is that at this time, there are several people looking to speak to Fitz. First and foremost, Fizzy was looking to at least talk with Fitz about some of the things that she is doing, if I recall correctly, namely the events and goings on with Pristella. Kaz and Darius needed a little bit of help with research, if I'm recalling correctly. And, well, someone needs to bring Granny and Ignatius back as well. So for the sake of things, we will say that first, Fizzy, you will run into Fitz.
That's cool. I will find Fitz
Yep.
I'm outside of his room somewhere, I'm assuming.
Mhm.
And Fizzy will see Fitz, and Fizzy will stop, kind of like in her tracks, and she'll be like, "You look different."
Oh,
Yeah.
this.
You okay? You okay?
Yeah.
Is this like what you were gonna? Is this related to what we talked about earlier?
It's a whole power thing.
Okay, I mean,
if you heard, I don't know if you were here. I was sort of out of it. If you heard
I went
screaming,
home.
oh, good. You didn't hear
I
the
went
screaming
home.
then.
Yeah, no.
Good.
I went home.
Good.
I went home. Are you happy with this?
Doesn't really matter if I'm happy or not. I'm getting the power I need to help people.
Okay, as long as you're okay with it.
I'm sort of not happy with the fact that I can't wear shoes, because I made fun of you a lot for not wearing shoes, and now I can't wear them. So that's...
I think you guys taught me about this concept. I think they called it irony.
Yeah, you're right.
Hey,
I'm really proud of you for remembering that. I'm actually really proud of you.
I think you guys... Yeah.
Oh, hello.
What the fuck is wrong? I don't think I need to draw on his face anymore. He already looks like that.
Yeah, you already...
I think I look incredibly handsome, thank you very much.
Darius
This hasn't
walks up
really
and-
changed.
Yeah, that
Darius
is so
walks up and tries to touch the
He
scales.
looks good.
Touch me?
They're real?
Yes, they're real.
Oh god, they're real? Suck.
We go to Eke's and cause crimes and raise the dead for one day, and this is what you do?
Yes, we were all going to get power, if you recall, to defeat the big bad. You remember that?
But when this is not what I envisioned.
Okay, well, it's good that it's not on you then.
I mean, to be fair...
And don't you talk purple, alright? Point at Kaz.
To be
Done
fair...
with you.
To be fair, I will point out, like, Dragon God is his patron.
Thank you.
If he wants to go ask for more power from patron, not entirely, like, it kind of makes sense, you know?
It does.
Become more
Makes
dragon-like.
sense doesn't mean it's not drawing.
Of course, yeah, yes. Of
Why is
course.
everyone else more affected by this than I am? It's my body.
Because you
You're
don't see
freaking
yourself
out.
every day.
Yeah.
You don't look in a
sorry,
mirror.
Are you living in a year where we don't have mirrors?
You don't look in a mirror 24/7.
I look in a mirror a lot more often than you think I do.
Vain?
Don't you I talk about how handsome I am all the time. You don't think I look in the mirror? I might not have immediately when I woke up because it wasn't my first thought, but...
Darius is gonna lean over to Kaz and go, do you think Hadrian's taking this well?
I don't know.
Who's seen you? Fitz?
I don't know. I've been going about my business, not necessarily making a list of who's laid eyes upon me. Oh, Electos. Yeah.
That explains
Yeah, Electos and I ran into
why.
each other, and she was sort of She made me look at my hands, and I went, oh. Sort of, oh my, yeah.
Where is Granny and Iggy?
Oh, I think I'm supposed to pick them up.
Oh, by the way, I have a way of getting us here so that if Fitz can't do it, I can do it now too. As long as there's a tree nearby, I can do it now. Because I found a tree here. Just so you guys know. Oh, I need to go to the health.
Oh, by the way, I need to go to hell. Anyway, so
Basically.
That reminds me. Kaz.
Yeah.
When we go look for the body, I realized something. We should probably make sure one of the demons we're going after isn't the same one that has Ruben's coin.
Oh, you're right. Oh, we can tell Ruben we're gonna be going there anyway.
Well,
So we can pick
wait,
him up.
I wonder if it's... Because, like, there's, like, a lot of hell planes, right?
Yeah, so why do you need to go?
So, I went to go talk to the big bee. And the big bee made me fall asleep. And the big bee told me I had to go get a jewel that was that belonged to the star god. And
Flower.
flower. It was but it was like a stone flower. Like it was like
Yeah, it was
like
in fairness, it was a jewel that looks like a flower. So
It's a
Right,
jewel
right,
that looks like a
right.
flower.
You're both right.
Yeah.
But it's
Yeah.
a bee, so I think the flower part is kind of important.
Probably.
It's a
But
bee.
it's like a big jewel that like looks like a flower, and I went to go look in the mirror to see where it was, and it was in that place.
While this entire explanation has been happening, Fitz has gotten the mirror and has opened it up to Fitz. Yeah, Fitz has opened it up to Fitz. He's looking. He's like,
Oh my
damn.
god.
You don't have to open it up to look at yourself, motherfucker.
I mean, that's not
distracted.
opening up the mirror, that's just using it as a mirror.
Fitz is like, damn, this mirror works great.
It's
Anyway, so Fitz is gonna open it up to Granny and Iggy and just sort of nonchalantly hop in and be like, sorry, I feel like I was meant to pick you up earlier or something, but here. Starts
So-
doing his little thing without saying anything.
your hair.
Oh. No, it's like the one thing I don't think I have changed actually in the past few hours.
That is
Yeah.
quite the workout routine you've developed.
Thank
Quite
you.
the
I'm very dedicated.
transformation.
Behind,
Yeah, we're still looking in the mirror, by the way. I will point out.
yeah, behind Fitz's back, Darius is communicating by hand symbols to Granny, going, "We need to meet after this."
the meeting of the old biddies. Our plan. Someone start wrenching them.
Is there something in your back pocket?
No, but fantastic news. Beginnings of a tale.
Oh god, he's
Oh,
growing
good lord.
tail too.
A dragon?
I don't know.
Do dragons have that power?
I don't know.
Hey, Cass.
Oh, you
Yeah.
seem great.
Well, that
Very
goes for,
nice.
like,
Very handsome.
He's gonna trip you with that all the time. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I think Fitz very casually, anytime someone asks, is like, "You weren't here for the screaming, right?"
Screaming.
Oh, I thought it was a ghost.
Yeah.
I
No.
I haven't been sleeping well, I'll be honest.
Mm.
So I thought it was I thought I just like dreamed it. But I've been out we've been out during the day, so
We
You good?
surgically had a bunch of scales put into my body.
oh.
Muni scales, so they were
Did-
large.
Did they at least numb you?
Oh no.
Oh.
No.
We're on the back listening to this conversation, by the way.
Oh.
She's just like,
No.
oh, you poor thing, and like kind of like pats his head. Like, oh.
Well, perhaps you'd have something to talk about with the individual who takes care of this lighthouse rat.
Mm.
He's been self-flagellating for pretty much the entire time we've been here.
He's kind of weird.
No.
Don't-
Yeah, that seems quite strange.
He's nice, but
To be quite honest. I didn't do it
Apparently-
myself, thankfully.
Apparently different people have different interpretations of what it means to be disciplined.
I don't understand how hurting yourself is discipline, but you know,
that's
whatever
hard.
he wants to do on his lighthouse island.
Yeah, I've never heard anything quite normal about people who live in lighthouses, I'm afraid.
I think it kind of makes you lose
That's
your mind.
true. Yeah.
Yeah, something about it.
Mm.
They should make a movie about that. Starring Willem Dafoe and Robert Pattinson.
Campaign 3, instead of getting a tower, we get a lighthouse.
Again, Fizzy from behind the mirror. Hey, maybe you guys want to like do the magic so that we're all in the same room?
Fitz is literally casting!
Yeah,
Oh,
I was
okay, I
just
didn't know
enjoying the voyeurism.
yeah, I think
Oh, okay.
Ignatius just kind of lifts it up and goes, I could probably use a bath.
Oh,
And
I
a
was
meal,
thinking that.
and
Iggy
night
needs
of
shower.
Icky is
Stinky
icky.
Iggy sticky,
Sticky,
Iggy stinky, Iggy
I mean,
sticky.
he literally worked out until he basically passed out from exhaustion. So
At least you guys aren't exhausted anymore, but like shower good.
Uh-oh, stinky.
Oh, stinky.
God damn you all.
Oh, fun fact. 2024 rules, exhaustion instead of a disadvantage, it is just -2 on everything.
That's dumb.
It's lame.
-2 on checks, attacks, everything.
Hey,
That's lame.
Wizards of the Coast, look into my eyes. Fuck you.
The math
shit
on
and
this
die.
game is not tight enough for a -2 to be
No.
like.
Hey, that's exactly what I was thinking. I
Absolutely
was like, this isn't Pathfinder. That doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't, because people definitely forget.
Yeah. Fitz will
Anyway.
do him. Fitz will do him teleporting. Go home.
We go home.
Bye.
So
Fitz kicks
the,
Granny and Iggy out of the circle at the last second. Bye, assholes!
We were nice to you.
The older people were nice.
Yeah.
I was
Well,
nice.
yeah.
This is the heel
Yeah.
turn.
Fizzy was nice.
Well,
Yeah.
Fizzy was nice, but still like pointed stuff at me.
Yes, because that's
Because
fizzy.
that's Fizzy.
Dragon!
She will point out
What?
dragon, yes.
Yeah,
Because that's fizzy.
I want to apologize.
of course you won't.
Kaz and Darius were the ones that were like, ew, freak!
Yeah.
Freak!
Freak.
And,
I stand
I
by
was
what I
like,
said.
hey, are you cool with this?
to be
That's
fair,
what
the only
Fizzy
reason
asked.
that Darius hasn't been force caged yet is that there's almost always a bigger target.
Just wait. Your time will come.
Yeah, as Fitz gets the next spell. Also force cage. So now I can
Two
do
force
that to
cages!
both of you.
Actually put both of them on Kaz. 2 layers. So she can't get out super style.
Why twice?
Gosh, can you imagine being so petty that you did that for 2 consecutive, like, mystical crowns or whatever?
Oh my god. 2 force cages. Get force caged, idiot, times 2.
It doesn't even have benefits from upcasting.
No.
There's nothing.
I guess force cage at 9th level because I'm a bitch. Eat shit.
Granny and Ignatius, you guys will be brought home. At this point, virtually everything you guys needed to do has been done, save for some research stuff, the book, and stealing dead body parts.
And selling.
And selling stuff. Well, like I said, we will say that when you came back, you have already sold all the things that you managed to obtain.
Okay.
So, let's see. I believe it was about... Oh, yeah. Sorry. The bot didn't have any music to play. One moment.
Wait, so
But
Iggy's
when?
back?
Back again.
Let's bring
Yes.
the trio back together! Let's steal
What?
a body!
Uh,
Oh, I
Iggy
was
helped
actually,
us last time.
I was
he
actually
does
gonna,
need
I
to
was gonna
nap
offer to
first.
help.
yeah.
Oh,
He
Poor
does need
cat.
to nap first because he's technically been up for like 2.5 days straight and only isn't currently exhausted because of greater restoration.
Yeah, you
However,
go to
if he
sleep.
naps, he can prepare a locate object.
I mean, so can I.
Well, I don't need a locate object. We have the mirror. You go to sleep. We'll take the morally questionable one with us. I don't know whether her morals are good or bad. She's too naturey.
Hmm.
The morally oblivious, the morally questionable, and the morally reprehensible all going together.
So,
You're using.
Kaz, just so that you know, I've already added it to the group funds, so no worries about that. With
Even the
everything that you...
Platinum one?
No. The platinum is different. That was already added. You've already... Well, it has already been added. We'll be handling that as well.
Okay.
The stuff that the liquid assets that you had, after selling them, you made about 4,000 gold total.
Damn.
With all the platinum, on the other hand, it was 10 sheets, 10 bearer bonds for 1,000 platinum each, so that's 10,000 platinum. So your platinum is now at 10,392.
Ah,
Cool.
okay.
I should probably send a spell over to use a sending spell to contact what's his face.
Amador?
Amass.
Oh,
Oma.
oh, okay.
How much money are we willing to give him for items that he makes?
So for the items that you are making for each of you, let's see, 6 total. It will be 72,000 gold total. So you would still have a fair amount of platinum left over.
So just 720 gold platinum. I mean.
So yeah, 720 platinum total. Sorry, no, 7,200 platinum. We can do math here very well.
I can't. And I won't pretend to. Okay. I'll just out of character, like outside the scene, just send him a message and say, "Hey, we've got like," and I'll give a little wiggle room just in case he wants to give us something extra fancy. 8,000 platinum. Make what you can with that.
Gotcha. All right. So I will just knock that money off as well, just that we don't have to be concerned with it.
Yeah.
You still are sitting on an absolute fortune, but still. So there is some theft you guys need to perform. So
let's look for 2 drows and the 2 purple people, one of which is both. Do it.
I can't do the hand thing, so I'll pretend I do.
Hi, Michelle's mom.
Yeah, before you leave, I think whichever has it out of Ignatius or Granny will pass their spell paper, but you already have that in your inventory.
Do what? Hold on. Let me make sure before we go further that I did put spell paper in my inventory. I didn't. How much spell paper was it?
500 gold worth.
500 gold worth? Okay. Easy. I already have one that did 50 gold, because I still have 50 gold's worth of magic paper. So I'll just add it to that. Now I have 550 gold's worth of magic paper. Yay. Anyways, so the trio of us. So the best way to handle this is to get in front of the mirror and be really specific about our request.
Okay.
So we're looking for a dead sorcerer who's freshly dead.
Yeah.
That no one is going to go looking for. Can you think of any other things in that might complicate it if we don't include?
Hasn't been found yet by the mortuary.
That's good.
Since it's specifically the brainstem you're looking for, you should include still has the brainstem in case if they died from a blow to the back.
That's what you were about to say, Jill? Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Let's list those 5 things as we go to the mirror. It's a very specific request, but in this entire world, there's no way it hasn't happened at least once.
No, that's fair.
It pops up with a little window that says out of stock.
Error.
Yeah. we find it too. So we're about to die. It
just shows you any sorcerer that you guys could easily kill.
Yeah, exactly. So sorry about to die. Fizzy, I need you to cover your eyes for a second.
It's
And then
like
just go, Chaz.
It's the Monty Python scene. Bring out your dead. Look, man, can't you do me a favor?
Look, you're really close to death anyways.
See you next
Don't
week.
ask how I know that.
Okay,
Just
that would make you evil. I need you to know that. That is an evil action.
I know, I'm not doing it. I'm
You're
making
close
a
to
joke
death.
about
How
it.
do you know? Bang.
You're really close to death right now. How do you know, Kaz? Hi, I'm Death.
Listen,
Hey.
we're
Instead,
not-
like Eric on anything like shooting.
Why
People
would
have
you
done
do
this?
Davis would never do that. But I would. Connor, don't give me that look. Deus is not evil.
It was not just me that gave you that look.
Don't give me that look.
It's less for the first part and more for the second, actually. Personally, on my end.
Yeah, because you were like, oh, I would kill a person for their magically enhanced brainstem.
Yeah, and if I had a magically enhanced brainstem and someone wanted to kill me for it, I think that would be justified.
One of these campaigns, I do have to actually play an evil game.
So,
No doubt how much I'm
you
willing to give for
guys-
science.
step in front of the mirror and request a deceased sorcerer with an attack brainstem that has not been discovered. As you do so, the image of the mirror will swim and change slightly, and you will find yourself looking at what looks to be like a hard-baked sand landscape. The sand itself has become cracked. It's almost stone-like how firm it is. It looks like you're honestly looking at like a dried riverbed, if you were to guess. And you can see that there is basically just like a loose pile of bodies here. It's focusing on one in particular. A lot of these people look like they have been effectively executed.
Oh,
Oh.
where the fuck is his body parts at?
I mean, there's really only 2 desert countries. So the
Wow.
Patricia or, what's the one south of us? Okay, you're
Alvax.
muted, Ike. Alvax.
I know I was muted. I was just mouthing.
I was like, I can't read
See-
mouths.
Here's the thing: out of character, I knew. In character, I did not, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to.
Yeah. Deus does only vaguely knows. So it's one of the 2.
Is it? What happened?
I would almost say it's more Alwax than Patricia. Patricia's desert, but I don't. It's almost always been desert, and then the bottom half's a jungle, from my understanding. Alwax is kind of from the very loose reading I've done for helping Bryn with research, kind of a hellscape. Pretty much everything can kill you.
Hmm.
It's hot. So let's
Okay,
be
well,
quick about this.
I can't get us out that quick because I don't think there's any trees around there.
I have teleportation.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
I forgot. I genuinely
No.
forgot.
I don't like that the implication that they just left a bunch of bodies out here.
Yeah,
So-
be on your toes.
Well, it's more like
Um,
if anybody actually knew one of them was a sorcerer, I'm surprised they haven't harvested yet. If that makes sense.
actually, before we get Fitz, Granny, one of you two. Granny's not gonna want to look at dead bodies. Fitz,
I don't want to be involved in whatever this is.
you're not coming across with us. Just
Mhm.
leave the mirror open, and if you hear screaming, can you guys come through?
Of course.
That's it. It's unsettling.
I am going to cast Pass Without a Trace before we go through.
Not a bad call.
You think this might be bait?
If not bait, at very least this region could be watched because of the bodies. And
But they dispose the bodies like that, even with a sorcerer?
I mean, they might not
Might
know
not
it's a
know.
sewer. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like the vibes this is giving me.
You also, to be fair, very specific people need sorcerer brain stems, and from the way that this looks, this was an execution of sorts.
Yeah.
So likely they weren't necessarily interested in harvesting pieces, more so just killing them.
Okay,
Do as you will. I'll be here.
let's go.
Stepping out, the heat will immediately greet you It is about the same as what you've experienced in Ekes already, except it is a dry heat. This area here that you are present in looks to be largely not abandoned per se, but it is rough and difficult to live in landscape. Very craggy, very rocky. There is scrub brush. There are definitely animals, judging by signs of prints and what have you. But it would not be easily livable. The deceased individuals that you see in front of you, many of them look to be, it looks like a lot of them were killed in very similar ways. Possibly if you managed to put up a struggle and then were quickly stabbed either through the front or the back, depending. But the ones that did not struggle just had a very quick line drawn across their neck. And then that was it.
Oh.
You know, not to sound like I'm regretting my choices, I was hoping we'd find someone who had died of, like, natural causes. This feels...
Mm-hmm. Why didn't you suggest that? Why didn't you put that specifically?
I wasn't thinking about it.
I mean, we can always go back and you can put that in your thing. If you
Too
want.
late to back out now. We're in this.
Can I do a quick perception check?
Yeah, I was just gonna ask that actually.
Go ahead.
Perception.
I'm surprised you didn't say, I waste a perfectly good body.
Yeah, I'd like to look around to see if there's anybody as well.
That was a bad roll for me. You need to do better than me, Michelle.
Okay, I rolled a 16 on the die.
Thank
So
you.
I did. I rolled 27.
I rolled a 16 total, so...
So your perception will show you that you do not immediately see anybody around this area, save for the deceased. You're by the use of the mirror, you already know which one was probably the sorcerer. They were basically the focus on the mirror, so they were the one that was looking square at. So that is going to be easy for you. With that said, Darius, just because you are a little bit more, I'll just say it would be more logical for Darius to be putting something like this together than you, Fizzy. No offense.
Fair enough.
The people you're looking at were almost certainly, if not a family, then some kind of a group that lived and living together. Their clothing is very similar. It is made of similar cloth. It is made of, they have similar jewelry designs. This was basically, if not the same religion or family or what, this is a group that was very closely bound together, and then they were all rounded up and killed.
Can you guys... Oh, go ahead.
Yes.
Do they have like any like religious imagery on them?
You could certainly look them over for a
Okay.
yeah, just
Sure.
give them a search.
No, I rolled a 7 total.
Never mind. No, you don't immediately see anything.
Can you guys... You're medically inclined, and Kaz, you know how to stab real good. Can you guys start harvesting blood, some of the muscle tissue, and the brainstem?
You want to do it out here? We can always just bring it to the ice box.
Yeah. I want to try to leave part of it to be left with the family. And you'll watch as Dara starts slowly picking up and organizing the bodies with each other, laid out like people who are being buried would be.
And you will begin to do so.
I
Assess.
will work on doing the. No, I was gonna say I will work on doing the body.
Yeah.
Because
I'll have you roll a
Medicine
medicine check.
Yeah. Sure.
Kaz,
Um,
if you want to help me, or Fizzy, either one. Or if you want to keep an eye out, because
I can keep an eye out, but like if Busy needs me, I will. I do have blind sense to see if anybody is around.
Yep, you have blind
Yeah.
sense within 10 feet. You're not
I
picking
can-
up anybody with your blind sense.
I will
Okay.
say, even if I roll like a 1, I have a 5, and 5 still gives me a 21. So like, I'm fine. No worries.
Okay.
You begin moving the bodies and organizing them
I rolled
slightly.
a 5. I gave myself the 1. I literally rolled a 1.
Can you help her when you see her fumbling?
Okay, yeah, I will.
Okay. I mean, I got.
Sorry, it is
No,
almost.
fine.
It is genuinely funny that you cursed yourself like that.
I
need to
did.
say.
Yeah. And also, I'm still gonna take the 5 because the second roll was 3. So I'm still gonna take that 5 that I rolled earlier for a 21.
Okay.
Okay.
She did a second roll, Jolly, and it was still bad. So.
I rolled
Oh
a
my
3 on the second
God.
roll. Yeah.
Oh.
Cursed.
Okay.
Cursed today, guys.
Automatic.
You begin harvesting the body parts from the deceased, taking what you can and making it as discreet as possible, while Darius begins to work at organizing the corpses. Darius, some of this is extremely difficult for you, as some of them are younger than you would like.
Hey Fitz, can you actually bring Granny over?
Yeah. Let me go grab her. Fitz
I
go get
will-
Granny.
I will say that I'm probably like out of like view of mirror. Like if I hear Granny's coming, I'm like, I'm gonna just scoot over so the mirror can't see.
Well,
So,
I'm
like-
gonna ask her to come over.
Oh, well. Okay.
I don't have the right backing to be the one to give them right.
Granny comes over and she's just like holds a kerchief to her like mouth and is like, oh.
What you've got a fancy spell for death rituals, don't you?
I can do funerary rites, that's for sure, yes. Pretend I have a
This-
consistent accent.
Technically, the spell you're looking for would be ceremony.
It's ceremony, yeah.
Yeah,
but
I know.
Even if you don't have it prepared, a cleric would be able to just give
Yeah, just give rights.
rights.
Yeah.
But they're just not able to prevent them from coming back as undead.
I mean, it's a ritual spell as well, so.
Yeah.
And Darius has carefully putting the children in the center so that way as though their bodies are being protected by the adults.
Oh boy. Whew. Well, rest easy, I guess. She'll do the funerary rites. They don't really have the time or means to bury them, but she'll
Yeah, that's why I wanted to do that instead.
she'll still do the whole like release your souls, blah 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 blah.
Yeah.
Whatever.
May God be with you and also
May
with
God-
you.
May God be with you and you and you and you too. There's a lot of them.
If I could have asked Iggy, I would, but he is still not, he seems to be out of commission for the moment.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I'm honored
I'll
you
take you
asked,
back.
honestly.
Honestly, if I could have buried them, I would.
I know.
Listen, just because I'm disrespecting a dead body doesn't mean I don't have some respect for the dead.
Yeah, I'm just not looking over there.
Kaz, are you seeing anything?
Not that I know of. I don't think. No, I'll
Is-
take note of like the religious symbols. So Fitz could probably look over it at some point. So
Fizzy is doing her best to like shield what she's doing from Granny.
That's why you rolled so poorly.
Yeah, that is probably partially
You
why,
don't
yeah.
have to like hide it. She is just straight up like not looking. She's like, I
Yeah,
know it's
that's
over there, and I'm not about it.
so fair.
She's a grown ass adult who can choose to not look.
But Fizzy is still shielding, even if that's the case.
Yeah,
That's what she does.
it's just polite.
Okay, for a little flavor, Darius is in full mom fashion, taking a piece of the edge of her clothing, getting it wet with a water bag and wiping off the faces.
Oh.
You will perform your last rites while Fizzy, you retrieve what you can from the corpse. Blood cannot be salvaged, unfortunately. They have been laying in one position for too long. It has coagulated. It is useless. The muscle, you'll be able to take some lengths. And you'll be able to retrieve the brainstem, as that is what your main goal was, but not very much in the way of additional findings.
That's fine. I did what I could. I rolled like shit.
Sorry, that's enough. I also asked you to leave large parts of the body, so it's not like you had a lot of chances to mess up. Well. Let's get going then.
You will teleport home, leaving the nameless mass of bodies behind you. Back to the tower. You have the potion making ingredients that you needed. Now it's just a matter of a little bit more research and then deciding where you go next and how you handle it. So, what research needed to be done with the bloodletting book?
That's
Yeah, I need to find out how I'm gonna eat an elemental and if there are real consequences of eating an elemental. I'm just more confused on the term eating. Like, do I have to actually eat it or something? You know, I don't know.
That's fair. How much will you provide to the book?
Let me check. Busy's here, so she could heal me, right? Let me see. Bit of long rest at some point. Can I dump 50?
Yeah, you can do so.
Okay, I dumped 50.
You do so, and the book will begin to write out a passage. The process of making an elemental one with one's body and or spirit is not a widely agreed upon phenomenon. Most Ganassi will not go about doing so, as it is largely seen as an unnecessary process. The only ones that will do so are ones that are in pursuit of power. Some will find a way to consume physically the body of the elemental, which can be a difficult process considering that elementals are made of fire, earth, water, what have you.
Yeah.
While others will make the elemental's core their own, drawing the power into their body or extracting the power from it and then making it part of themselves. Almost all ways of doing so have to involve the core of the elemental in some manner, though.
Does it matter if the elemental has to be like a young kind of like what's the word? Fresh, I guess. Or can it be one close to its dying years of state. Is one way to put it.
So the honest answer is no, because elementals don't really have a close to dying.
You're right,
Elementals
yeah.
are close to dying when they are physically harmed to the point of almost dying.
Okay.
They don't have old age. Not really. So elementals will keep living until they stop living. And that has to be done by some other force. They don't have an old age time limit.
Yes, yes.
Elementals are lobsters.
What? Okay. I mean,
Lobsters can't die of old age.
oh, I didn't know that. Dang. Is there any records of like when one does eat the power or consuming an elemental? Like, does that physically do anything bad to the body of the host?
Provided that the genasi is ingesting the or consuming the proper elemental for their type, it's fine. So
Okay.
there have been instances where genasi have attempted to imbue themselves with the core of, say, an earth elemental while they are a fire elemental.
They eat rocks.
No, it will irrevocably change them and almost always results in death.
So we gotta make
But-
sure that you get a lightning elemental.
Yeah.
But the act of consuming the core of an elemental of one's own type should not have any true negative influences, though there will be some physical changes. The Zoldar will glow brighter, it will spread. The genasi will become more one with the element in question. There's a reason why it is largely ignored as an option, because it isn't something most people would consider doing.
As long as it does not take over my body, I'm fine
No.
with it. Yeah.
There was no mention of any kind of control loss.
Okay. Well, it looks like I have to eat my own ancestral elementals, guys. That's great. That's whatever.
Next
we
step
have-
is figuring out where
hungry.
that elemental is.
Yeah, well, that's the real question, right?
We can use the mirror for that.
Oh, yeah, okay. I guess I go to the mirror. Wait. Does it have to be in the plane? Or does it have. Can we find one in the material plane?
It's possible in theory you could find one on the material plane.
That's
Though-
a possibility.
Most, if not all, that are on the material plane have been captured, which means they're probably not as strong as one could possibly find.
So it has to be a very strong one.
For the best result,
Okay. That's. Yeah, you're right. Okay. We can't.
If you're gonna take steroids, you're not gonna take the weak stuff.
I know. But I don't know how the time stuff works in the elemental plane. That's why. That's what I'm worried about. Yeah, sure. Where can we find a lightning elemental in the elemental planes?
So asking the mirror this question, or the book. I shouldn't
I mean, either or, whatever gives me the best results, I guess.
Asking the mirror, you will see that it brings you to a section of this basically open air. You see that far off in the distance, there is what you can best describe as like almost these rippling heat lines of some kind of mirage rising up from something a little bit lower down. But here, it's almost like you're between two sections. One of fire and one of sharp buffeting wind. But as you see this wind traveling through and these loose bits of rock and what have you that are flying through the air, you'll see arcs of current that travel through the air. Some intentionally, some randomly. But there are things living here. You can tell. some of it resembles the elemental that you saw all those days ago. Well, that season ago, basically.
It's a lightning elemental, so it's in the fucking air. And that would require flying, doesn't it? Oh.
Linux or some way to bait it down.
Yeah.
Is it even safe to be in this plane? Yeah, God, that's what I thought. I don't know.
The people on this plane capture elementals somehow, so there's probably a way to summon them.
Pokemon.
Gotta catch 'em all, Pokemon.
Yeah.
What does the book say about capturing an elemental, or like how does the process work in terms of that? Do I have to dump more blood?
That's full on summoning. That's so basically you would be getting
Wait, hold
the spell to conjure an elemental, which I believe is a
Okay.
druid spell.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I can do that.
You would, since this is not something that I think is supported in game, we're kind of winging it.
Yeah, because
You
summon elemental
cast
is
a
just like, yeah. Okay.
You cast a spell at a higher level,
Mm-hmm.
and then you'd have one of two options. One, capture it, in which case you're basically creating a binding circle and you're keeping it there permanently.
Okay.
Option two is you're not binding it, so you're just letting it temporarily be under your control, and then at that point it will leave when it's done. What you'd have to do is basically summon it, get it into a binding circle, fight it until you can get that core, and then consume the core.
Yeah.
So I can summon it. So if I summon it, it's a 5th level spell. So if I summon it at a 6th level, would that work? said
Yeah, it'd basically be like the highest spell level you could provide.
7th.
Yeah.
Yeah, I could do that for you. As that's not a problem.
This
You would
gonna be-
generally trap it through an inverted magic circle.
But well, I believe there's planar binding. You can bind
That's
it
also
to
an
the
option.
plane,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is I don't know if that's something I can do as well. That might also be a druid spell. Hold on.
The only reason I'm considering the summoning is because once we go into their territory that we barely
Mhm.
even know any information about, it is
Yeah,
so
no,
lethally
no.
dangerous to be
No,
in
no,
their
no, no, no.
territory.
No. Okay, it's fine.
Mhm.
Planar
It
binding.
is a druid spell, but it's 1,000 gold.
Yeah.
Hi, I don't know if you
Yeah.
guys, if you know this. We're
You're
kind
rich.
of like
Well, the
Rich,
problem is finding the gym that's 1,000 gold. Can we find one that easily right now?
it's called the
I
mirror.
don't actually.
Mirror.
Oh,
Yeah, the mirror.
The mirror.
I'm stupid. Leave me be.
You're
So
okay.
now, recently deceased sorcerer with a brainstem intact, unfounded, but the search results are there.
We have like
Yeah,
really good Google, guys. Like
and-
really good
and-
Google.
And here's the thing: you say, "Hey, can we have that jewel? We'll pay you 25% more in lesser jewels." But
Okay.
most people will say, "Hell yeah!" They're making 250 gold worth, which is like,
So okay, problem
years.
is.
hey,
Mhm.
Oh no, wait. Okay, no, it's okay. I can. It's a 5th level spell, and I don't think it's a concentration spell. No, it's not. So I could do the planar binding,
mhm.
and then I can do summon elemental, and then we can
Inside it.
fight it, and then you can eat it.
This is the weirdest thing you ever said, but yeah,
Yep.
sure. Yeah.
Hey, hey, Jill, have that meme queued up.
The boar. The boar.
Days without vor.
Yeah.
Jesus.
None.
Like it's better than going into the elemental plane, okay? It's
No,
still
I agree
worth
with that.
Yeah.
The only two
Thank God. for
party
your
members
words, I
who
guess.
could like contend with it in the plane would be Fitz while flying and anyone who was riding Balloose. But if Balloose were to disappear, then boy, you'd be in trouble.
In terms of fighting it, would that mean it'd have to be well, not in the tower, obviously. Where would we
We can just
put it?
find like a big field.
Yeah,
That's fair, yeah.
just outside of the tower somewhere.
Find a big field.
We do have an entire mountaintop at our disposal.
That's true too.
That's true.
Just find a like spot. I can just do the binding thing. The target does have to make a charisma saving throw. So we do have to make sure it rolls low, which I cannot do because I've used my 5 for the night. I have used my low number for the day.
Let me see.
I will say one thing.
Mm-hmm.
You could get an even stronger one if you do go to the plane of the actual elemental planes.
But we
Yeah.
can't traverse it.
Get good, scrub.
Not most of the party can.
Yeah, Fitz could do it. You wanna go fight?
Oh, but y'all
But-
want to be judgmental about my dragon
Well,
features, though.
Actually, the main problem would be again getting back because we still need to borrow the
Yeah, but borrowing's not
tomb
hard. We
fork.
can borrow the fork.
But it's well, aside from the borrowing, it's getting one of them down. They just
Is
really like to fly.
Is there
Hey,
actual ground in that plane?
Loose bits of stone, ultimately.
Then
Hey,
Earthbind.
Kana.
Yes.
Can I bleed on the book this time and ask how to bait a lightning elemental?
Sure. Yeah.
Hey, just throwing this out there. Doesn't that Stone Shaper's stone have Earthbind as a spell?
It does. So, how much are you going to give up for figuring out how to bait an elemental?
I'm going to sleep after this. I'll give 70.
Okay. So the simplest answer for something like that, especially in the case of, it's largely used in situations where one wants to bind an elemental, though they are lacking in the spell, the ability to cast a spell of a higher circle of magic. So they can't cast a spell as high as they want to. You'll have to use a different option. The answer is set up a trap with something that they really, really want. And with elementals, the answer is almost always more power. So
Yeah, or
If
a
you-
mortal enemy that they would try to fight.
yeah, or something they want to kill. But in the case of hybrid elementals, they don't really have mortal enemies per se. They're the ones that tend to be disliked a little bit more. So the answer is power, and just as much of it as you can possibly get. And with an elemental being elemental by their very nature, you would need a lot of electricity.
What
Or
type of
a
dragon are
particularly-
lightning dragons?
A few times.
I think there's 2. Hold on.
'Cause one of my things is like thunder, but that's thunder.
That's thunder,
which is
not.
force.
Yeah, that's not lightning.
It is really too bad I don't have like true polymorph right now, because I could just turn into a lightning element or a dragon.
And then let Kaz eat you?
No, not a lightning elemental. No, to the dragon to be the bait.
Yeah.
It could have been bait,
Or-
but
or
I don't.
could,
That's a ninth level spell.
We
though.
pull a Pokemon, we get
Or shape
several
change, not
bicycles.
Shape change, not elemental.
Yeah.
Not
Okay,
polymorph.
okay. Let's
So I
see.
have a
Let's
thought.
see. I have to quickly look through the list because, like, the honest answers, there are a few. So bronze
yes.
definitely is an option. Bronze dragons produce electricity. Then blue dragons also would produce electricity, I believe.
Let me make this easier.
Sure.
Would any of these dragons be a type that's either one of Munis or one of the other dragon that owns us a favor.
Oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Bronze dragons are metallic dragons and are the descendants of Birsukoi. So yeah, that's definitely an
could-
option.
This is gonna sound like a stupid idea, but let me get there. We could ask to whatever the oldest child he has available to him, capture the lightning breath in a bottle.
But not the one we just put in the amber.
So here's the thing. Cracked brass is actually not an option. He's a brass dragon. That is an entirely different type.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Brass, bronze. I keep
Same thing.
Same thing.
Wouldn't a
Fuck.
jar of pure elemental lightning from the oldest dragon we can get a hand on
Yeah.
be a great way to bait it?
That's,
I will
I
say-
can't argue that.
There
Makes
is
sense.
Hell
the
yeah.
single thing that would be difficult about that is it will probably attract more than one, which means the rest of the party, some people will have to fight off.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
all
fine.
but the target.
That's Cody does bring up a very fair point for you guys to bear in mind. You're not gonna get just one's attention with this.
I know, that's why.
But with that said, if you have not just given me an amazing fight idea, I don't know what else did, because like that's awesome.
yeah, that's so
I'm
cool.
gonna be so real with you. Listen, I'm gonna be so real with you. I am more willing, I think, to be in an environment where we control it versus one where we don't. Because if we go to the plane, we definitely don't control that, and that's just like the plane itself could hurt us.
It's a risky situation.
It's
Yeah.
risky either way, and I would much rather be prepared also for the thought, because that's something that would be brought up in the conversation, to be prepared for that and to like maybe make preparations for multiple elementals coming our way. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
get you.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense than going to the elemental plane where we can't control, we have much less control over what happens. Like I'm not saying we have total control over what happens here, but like there is things we can do to prepare for all those elementals showing up.
Yeah. Like you pull up, you take the jar out of the bag of holding, and you just hear horde mode.
No.
Because I can still do the binding, like the planar binding is still a thing I can do with one of them. So at least the other, like we can fight the other ones, and then you can deal with the one that's in the in the planar
Yeah,
binding.
Well, I think you've made a very entertaining idea.
That's
So
where my brain is at.
yeah, I mean, if you guys want, you can call in that favor from Birsukoi and say, hey, I want you to get me a jar or bottle or some container of the strongest lightning that one of your dragons can make, and use that as the bait. That would absolutely work.
I also want to do fight. Oh, I do want to fight with the lightning and elementals. I think that would
It's a
be
very
fun.
fun idea.
Oh god.
It is. It's a very it's a super cool idea. Come on.
I mean, yeah, I know, but it's scary when you think about
yeah.
it.
Oh yeah,
Whoa,
absolutely.
we can handle it. We're strong. We're strong.
What if it's like a wolf pack situation where there's like one real strong one and then a bunch of like pissy little baby ones? They're like,
Also, hey guys,
Hey,
guys,
what?
this would be a great way for us to get a level up.
Also,
Or
point.
part of the way there.
If we know that's happening, we know that's a possibility. Is there a way we can get potions of lightning resistance, or something to do
yeah,
lightning
easily.
resistance before, so that
I can
we at
easily
least-
make some of those.
we at least have that going into the fight and be prepared for like, okay, we're gonna at least it's going to be take more to hurt us. You know what I mean? Kaz doesn't need it, obviously.
Yeah.
I do love how it went. Kaz doesn't need it. Smile. I love that. I love that model so much. I'm sorry. The little things the model does is so cool to me.
Yeah.
But like for the rest of us, it would be useful. And I know
Yes.
that you can do that. Can you do that? Can Fitz do that? Can Fitz make himself resistant to lightning?
I'll double check your sheet.
I have Foundry open
Oh, okay, never mind.
on my iPad.
Go ahead.
That's fair. That's actually not a bad idea.
Because it's to know the amount of like people that would need that potion.
I'm fairly confident that the resistances that Fitz would have would not include lightning.
I don't think it does. I know. Well, my thing is, I don't think it includes lightning because I know it includes thunder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that
Thunder,
makes sense.
necrotic, force, psychic, and
Radiant.
Radiant.
Wait,
Let me see.
Yeah.
Let me see if there's any spells I can do that would give me resistance. Because I have absorb elements, but that's only for like one thing, and it's only for poison. Never mind.
I don't remember. Hold on. I have a spell. I never use it. I think it's something in my mind is telling me it has something to do with resistances, but I could be wrong. Let me check it before I make a dummy out of myself.
I have enhance ability. I have call lightning. I can also do lightning. I can also help with that. I can also make lightning.
No, I was wrong. I was thinking of Spirit Shroud, but I was thinking of the fact that you can choose what kind of damage Spirit Shroud does.
Oh, I can. I can do protection from energy. But I don't think it goes. It doesn't upscale. It looks like it says for the duration, the willing creature you touch has resistance to 1 damage type. So we can make 4. Because it doesn't look like. Is it concentration? Hold on. Let me see something. Okay, maybe not. That may not work. No.
we're going through a lot of hoops for something I can just make potions for.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Okay, that's true. Can I?
Just make a
Like,
shit ton of potions for it.
I'm an alchemist. Let me do alchemy.
Well, can I also make those kind of potions?
Yes.
If you got the right ingredients, yeah.
You
I
want
mean,
The two of us
or no
can crack out a fuck ton of these.
Okay, so yeah, we can do that.
I would also ask the book. Well, I don't know if I need to bleed it or not, but you can tell me if I should.
I mean,
that
if you do, I can heal you and you can do more.
I was gonna ask, like, what's the weakness of a lightning elemental? Like, fighting it wise? Because you can't fight lightning with lightning.
Nice. Connor has to Google this. Give him a
I
second.
do. I do.
It's a Pokemon
It's
question.
one of,
Well,
it's
you
one,
see,
yeah, this is one of
lightning
those like.
weak to ground.
Shit.
But that would make sense though, because the way
It
you
would.
nullify electricity is
You
ground
ground it.
yourself.
But you see, this elemental has the levitate ability.
Yeah, so it really has
fuck.
no weaknesses technically unless you like earthbind it. you
God dang it with a Pokemon question.
Okay. So
Oh,
So
okay,
the
yeah, I-
honest,
super.
the honest answer with it when it comes to a lot of elementals is they don't really have a particular weakness to them. In the case of a lot of them, there are specially created things that are meant to combat them. That's different, but there's no one like damage type weakness, sadly.
But I'm pretty confident that it has lightning immunity, though.
Oh, definitely.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, definitely.
That's what
Not
I'm
a single
saying.
doubt in your mind.
Well, good
Guys,
news.
I think we should fight these guys in a pool full of water. I think that would maybe be a good idea.
Drag it to the
Everybody,
elemental
get your
plane of
golf
water.
clubs.
Everybody, let's get into pool.
Now,
Anyway,
with that
so
said,
we need
that
fighting,
comical
rock,
joke-
fire, steel.
that comical joke from Jill does bring up one point in character.
Okay.
You know what's gonna really suck around a bunch of lightning elementals?
Water?
Metal.
Metal. Ouch.
So
Ow, ooh, ooh, ooh,
you
ow,
guys
ooh.
have this. One of you, I'll say, Fitz has this realization and kind of quietly whispers it to you, Gaz.
Yeah.
And then you guys both turn and look at Iggy,
Oh no!
who is covered in plate mail.
Yeah, I mean,
He gets
canonically,
tased.
it's like
Oh my god.
stiffen and hardened steel through forging, which is slightly less conductive, but it's still conductive.
Still conductive.
Is there like okay?
So-
This is gonna be a dumbass question, but like Fizzy also is like not like she doesn't use metal at all. Like metal is not her thing.
Mm.
Is there like a metal that would work that wouldn't like
Conduct.
yeah?
So, I will answer the question out of character. From someone who has an understanding of material sciences because of his job, yes, there are some that are non-conductive or at least significantly less conductive. The downside is those are all shit for armor. So like
Yeah. So
they're never gonna work great for stopping
there's-
someone from just smashing
there's
into you.
tungsten.
Yeah.
There's tungsten, which is really brittle. There is lead, which is toxic and soft. There's titanium, which is really rare and also very stiff.
And
There's
very heavy.
bismuth, which is covered in spiky bits.
And brittle.
Yeah. Let me see.
Yeah.
Not a lot of good
Jill?
options.
Jill.
Jill.
Is there like an insulating fabric we could get to put under Iggy's armor so
You
that
can-
it's like grounded so it won't shock him? Like it'll still be conducting like electricity, but he
But it won't be
Line
as
it
bad?
with, Like,
Yeah.
could line it with like
as long as-
rubber.
as long as nobody's like, "Hey, I'm gonna touch your armor."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Let me see.
what I will say is like there are definitely some
Mhm.
simple options you could use to address this,
'Cause my first
such
for
as
some
insulation.
In my brain, for some reason, leather would do that, but I don't think that's true. I don't think that leather would stop you from getting
I know.
electrocuted.
Not really.
But like a thick leather.
A thick
thick
enough
one.
leather would act as a buffer, certainly.
Yeah.
The honest answer, cloth. A lot of cloths tend to be pretty good.
Also,
Just
yeah,
to
just wear
kind
the
of keep-
rubber suit from Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, just to keep up with the
Forehead.
joke, there's also aluminum, which is very soft. There's gallium, which is a liquid at room
Melts.
temperature.
Yo,
It
hear
melts
me
at room
out.
temp.
Hear me out. We get some cardboard,
Okay.
put some aluminum foil on it,
Oh my
and
god.
we make Iggy a little cosplay of his armor. And then they won't know. They'll be like, "Oh, we can't hit that guy. He's an armor."
The honest answer is like there are ways that you guys can help insulate Ignatius a little bit more. At the end of the day, he will still be a bit of a hazard to
get
virtually
close to
everybody
him.
else, so don't get close to Ignatius. But there are ways that you could stop him from being a gigantic target.
Thank
Now-
God that most of my healing spells now, except for cure wounds, are not touch. Like mass cure
Yeah.
wounds, healing word, mass healing word.
Well,
All of those are.
Here's the alternative. We somehow get Ignatius immunity to lightning damage, and now he's a lightning rod. It's like a shield of missile snaring, except for lightning. It's just like
Just use Ignatius, he just stands in the middle of a crowd and keeps getting zapped.
Now I do have one question.
Sure.
What is it very lethal for melee users to go up close to lightning elemental?
If they are not resistant to lightning in some way, shape, or form, like with most elementals, to be honest with you, they will punish you pretty badly. I will point out one of the deaths that we had last campaign was from a water elemental where someone got way too close.
Yeah.
Someone died to a water elemental?
It was
Rudy.
Michelle's character.
Oh, it's the water elemental.
Yeah, it was a water elemental. It drowned her to death.
Oh.
before my time with the party.
Yeah.
So the honest answer with you is like, no, it doesn't matter what the situation is. The fight is almost always going to be dangerous. Jess's idea of using potions for resistance is probably going to be one of your best bets.
That
Immunity.
was my idea.
Oh, sorry.
That
Michelle's
was
idea.
my idea.
Thank you very much.
I did
this.
this.
Having potions made by Darius and Fizzy is probably one of your best ideas to help cut down the damage.
What's that gonna do to me? I already have lightning.
For you, it will do almost nothing. You're already in probably as good of a situation as you can get because immunity to damage is a much rarer and harder to make thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can
But
try, but I can't make any
Limited.
promises.
I will say, for the sake of moving on from this, because you guys have already been doing a good amount of planning, I think you guys have enough that you, out of character, could have conversations about this, and we'll pass it off as you guys chatting about it.
Yeah.
Because like you've already got some pretty good ideas, and to be honest with you, I love the idea of asking for the dragon's lightning breath as bait. That is honestly just one of the coolest ideas I've heard. So I'll let you guys talk about it amongst yourselves, probably when you're playing Overwatch or what have you, and that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Now, you guys have another thing to discuss.
Yeah,
Actually, we have two other things to discuss.
Fair enough. You have two other things to discuss.
Because we got to deal with Iggy's family. And we have the Hells.
So, Hells is multiple problems, to be fair. Because
Yeah.
Hells is you, Hells is me, Hells is also possibly Ruben. Maybe collecting him, maybe seeing if he'll help us out.
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna rush Incant. And I know he can't talk very well, but I'm gonna rush Incant and send a message to Ruben and going, hey, is now a good time we can talk?
It is at a different plane, so you do have to roll for that. I will put
You
that
do.
out.
Well,
If
please.
he's- What do I have to fucking roll? I don't know.
It's a
I mean-
D. Oh,
I think it's a D20.
To be fair, this is in his
D100.
head, so he can probably communicate pretty well in his brain, right?
It is. Yeah, it is.
Intelligent.
This is not. Yeah, it's not talking. He just thinks it towards you.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's fine.
I'm good. There's only a
Boy.
5% chance and I got a 90.
You're fine. So Ruben doesn't really talk. So you're not sure what his mental voice sounds like. But what you will receive in response is busy, 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 busy. Dot one, getting last. Busy, busy.
Busy, busy,
Busy, busy.
busy, busy.
There's we go. He's gotten his last one he's working on, or he's gotten one more he's working on his last one. I think he was saving the one in the Hells for last. Kaz, you and Fizzy can use divination, right?
It's the other
I have
one.
that right.
Yeah.
His last coin
Kaz-
was the one in O'Day left.
Yeah, he was waiting for Odala last.
He was waiting for Odala last.
Yeah.
Because
that's what he
Because
said.
that's
be
the
easier-
cult, right?
Yeah, because it'd be easier for him to travel across the plains with all that power than it would be to try and go from the Hells to not the Hells when he is in fact a demon.
Yeah. It makes sense.
So
Like, you want key.
I wanted to see. Is what Rudy? Oh boy!
incorrect.
Incorrect.
Whoa!
Boy.
We were
Back it up.
talking about
I'm
her.
back, baby.
Extremely loud and correct.
Two
Buzz.
characters this time. Yeah.
We were just talking about her in my defense.
Okay.
If Fizzy's kind of fucking walked off when it's a question he's got to answer, god damn it. If Fizzy's flower gym is on the same plane, like on the same level as my bullshit.
Picture.
Anyways, the DM is gone. Jill's DM. Can we level up?
Yeah, 100 times.
Oh,
Level up
hey,
to 1,000,000. Level a billion million is what we're at now. Everyone has 9th level spell. Sorry, I'm doing DM now. Everyone
should.
has 9th level spells, and we all have power word kill, and it's an instant success, and we win. Yeah!
Power kill is
To be
Control
fair,
Z.
power kill.
I mean, you
Aw,
can
man.
power kill is an instant success if the target has less than 100 hit points.
Yeah,
That's what
but
I was gonna
it's an instant success all the time for us.
Yeah,
So even if you have
okay.
over,
Because we're the bestest boys. Yeah.
we're the best people in the whole world, level 1,000,000.
Yeah.
hey, Connor, real quick, I need you to get Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I don't like Bluetooth and wireless. I
Look at
actually-
her belly. Oh my
It's-
god.
I really don't like Bluetooth and wireless, and it's only because I don't have to charge this, and I don't have to worry about myself accidentally dropping this and breaking an internal component
Mm-hmm.
because I've got a wire.
Anyways, what I was asking was if Kaz could do a divination to see if Fizzy's bullshit, flower search, is on the same plane as my bullshit, killing a demon search. Or not plane, but like same
Later.
layer.
Would you like to, Cass?
Yeah.
You ask if they are all in the same area, and as you do so, a little cloud is formed that almost seems to make a face that smiles at you very cruelly, and you realize, yes, absolutely, and it wants you there.
I never seen that before. That's
What
That's
the fuck?
Wait, what? Wait, what is it? Wait, hold on.
It normally doesn't do that.
That's
It
not
wants you there.
Huh?
It's probably because it wants to collect on my soul.
Yeah, probably.
Hey, question for the DM out of character. What
They're
color is
scared.
Darius's soul? It's not a red soul, right?
What I will say, is that I would only put maybe 2 of you in the blue range.
Yeah.
Probably at least 2 of you in the gray range. And then another 2 of you in probably a darker gray range.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know who he is referring to. Here's
Uh-huh.
the thing: blue range, Granny and Fitz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Gray range, me and Niggy.
yeah.
And then darker gray is Kaz and
You're not
Darius.
quite.
Yeah, the
evil.
writing's on the wall with that one. We know.
we know, yeah.
we know the answers there. We're pretty stark about our
I
alignments
feel the need
here.
to point
Yeah,
out,
but-
Kaz and Darius are not aligned.
No,
No.
they're not bad.
No.
They're just
If
not
you were
good.
evil,
You're
it would be
chaotic
bad.
neutral.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah,
I'd put you
100%.
guys at. It's
I
like,
feel the need to defend us.
no, you shouldn't.
You really can.
you really should.
John's
Hey,
like,
what were
no.
you just doing a couple of minutes ago? Harvesting the brainstem of a dead sorcerer, right?
You found at a mass grave site. What was that?
Yeah.
You did?
Yeah,
What-
but
what's
I
this
also
about?
gave them funeral rites.
That's why you're not evil, okay?
Yeah,
Because
Exactly.
and
it
you
is 'cause
still
if you
took
had
their
walked
body
in-
parts.
if you had walked in, turned, grabbed what you wanted, and then turned around and walked away, this would be a different conversation. But you showed some respect for corpses. Thank you.
Oh my god.
You
I
are who
miss
you
playing
are.
Mercy
That's fine.
sometimes.
You are playing.
She was such
who
a
you're
good
playing.
character.
I miss
But
being
like-
an asshole.
So what does the color of the soul have to do with what the demon
means
eating?
It's how
want?
valuable they are.
Value.
Okay.
Yes.
I
Which,
will.
Ironically, the soul that this demon is going after is one of the least valuable out of the party.
Yeah. So the honest answer is the more good a person is, the more valuable a soul is in hell, because that soul
Your
should not
soul
be
is-
in hell.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. You get a pure good person's soul and you bring it to hell, that should never have been there in the first place, and that makes it worth a lot.
Okay.
So in other words, no offense, but Fitz's soul is probably worth the most out of all of us in the
Yeah,
house.
for sure.
Not if you ask Fitz.
No.
He's a bad person. He killed people.
I kill people.
He
He
killed
Yeah.
killed people and he swore once.
No, he
So
doesn't know
the
what those
military-
he swore. The only
Little
one
do
that
you
knows
all
what
know, Fitz said a curse word again when he got surgery. He said another bad word.
That one doesn't count though. You didn't have any.
Yeah.
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 It only
He's never gonna
counts
tell
Fitz.
anyone.
And I like to imagine like Fitz seeing the how good a soul is effectively just a bingo card. Like you do it once and you're eternally damned. Everyone else is like a criminal rap sheet. Like I have 79 accounts of this, 100 accounts of this.
I
Uh,
stole one time.
So
I'm going to hell.
we will take a quick 5 to 10 minute break right now, just so we can all get a drink or use the restroom or what have you, and we will be right back. So, your ideas for the elemental now pretty firmly cemented, I would say, or at least well discussed. Hell. You guys have several things you need to get there. One is a certain devil or fiend that has been causing Darius some trouble. One being a jewel in the shape of a flower that Fizzy needs to get. And then, well, that's about it. You guys can also cause some trouble there, I suppose, if you want.
No Ruben. No Ruben pickup.
Ruben
In
is in
Odella.
Odella.
What? Already?
Yes.
Oh.
Busy.
Yeah, that's
I didn't know
when-
you already. No,
Yeah, that's what he's saying. He was getting the last one.
Oh,
Last one
okay.
is Modella.
Yeah. Yep. Also,
Oh.
I just want to say, I don't know if the meeting between the old biddies still needs to happen.
Oh,
It does. It hasn't happened yet in the background.
Okay. I was just making sure. Because I know you said it when Granny came back to the towel. Ow. It hurts.
So, what's the plan that you guys have want to consider for dealing with these two situations?
Go to hell.
Fair enough.
I mean, we really don't have any other option, do we? We gotta go to hell.
That's kind of what we got.
well, I think it's more of where the flower is located within where the demon that we have to kill for Dares is located too.
Yeah. Did we figure out if they're not on the same?
They're
Well,
on
I
the
think-
same plane.
Okay.
They're in the same place, I think,
Yeah.
because
That's what
of
the
that
question was.
really scary divination
Hey,
you did, where it said,
Let's make this. Hey, let's make this worse.
Oh.
Hey, Fizzy,
Yes.
it's your turn for a divination.
What is my question?
Is it the same creature that holds both the flower and?
I think it's gonna be the smiley face again going, bitch, I told you the first time. Yes!
I'm gonna
Roll the
ask
check.
that question.
No,
Ah,
Thank
you
God.
bitch.
Um,
You son of a bitch.
they are not the same. They are not held by the same individual.
Oh my god.
Son of a
Okay.
bitch.
Honestly,
twist.
I kind of prefer that, but that means we're also gonna have to do different fights.
Plot twist, they actually belong to twin demons that share the same flat.
Yeah, they're roommates. So, like, they're in the same place, but it's not by the same guy.
So,
Yes.
oh god, and the problem is that we don't have time. We don't have time.
Well, the thing is, we don't know how time is affected in the hells right now.
Actually,
That's
you
not
do.
what
We're
I was
told it's
gonna-
slowed
It's
Oh,
slow.
yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It is slowed.
That's not what I
like
was gonna say.
Significantly.
I can't put stuff into my coat. Is the
It's
problem?
been a few weeks since we were
Oh.
told that. I just can't remember how much.
And
it
I
was set
have been
on.
using spells, so I am down a few spells. Is the problem?
I
Well,
see.
we've only been gone for 2 days of the original plan, 3 days of separation.
Mhm.
Yes.
So,
So
do
we
we
have
want
enough time for a sleep.
one rest? I think. Okay, can I count the amount of spells I have? Because if we have time to do one rest, and then we go in the morning. If that's the case, I would like right before I go to sleep to inject all my spells into my coat, as many as I can. So it would be 4.
Well, do we have a way to get back from the hells
Mm.
yet?
We just need a fork.
I know,
Mhm.
but I'm saying like we've got all these plans to like leave in the morning, and I'm like, we still need to get stuff.
We
Actually,
borrowed one, but we returned it.
yeah. So the tuning fork, I believe, was borrowed by someone that Zandy knew. It was not Zandy
Oh.
directly.
Damn.
Yeah.
We could go back to that person and say,
Can we
"Hey,
use
can
the
we
mirror
borrow
and be
this
like,
again? We'll give you all what it's worth."
can
as
we
a
buy one?
down payment?
You certainly could buy one or try to buy one. You'll likely have to ask around a little bit but all things considered, it would be a matter of just using the mirror and just saying, "Can we buy this from you?"
Exactly.
Like,
So the
show me
option definitely
someone willing
exists.
to sell their tuning fork.
Can we use the mirror and be like, hey, show me somebody who's
Yeah.
willing to sell a
I will.
plain.
I'll be
Just-
honest here. Also, Jess, I think you're muted.
I'm not. I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. I'll be totally honest with you guys. You don't even need to make a scene of it. Like, we can just,
Hand wife.
yeah, I can
Yes,
just
please.
hand wave it because the option is absolutely possible for you guys. You can literally just be like, we got the money. We'll pay you more if we need to. Here you go.
Okay, but you never say we'll pay you more unless they ask for more.
Yeah,
To
I
be
know.
fair.
But this is something that can be done pretty easily. So I'll knock off the money. You can buy the 250 tuning fork.
Wait, while that's happening, so I'm having thinky thoughts. I would also, at the same time, like us to pick up the ingredients for the potions of resistance to lightning.
Mhm.
And we can make it while we're in the hells, so that way we have more time to make them than we would if we were in the material plane.
It's not a bad idea.
I would also ask if it's possible, can we get enough diamonds to have Revivify for each person? To have one Revivify for each person.
How many do you
So-
currently have on you?
I believe, okay, let me see. Let me go to my inventory. So I have 1 diamond, and then I have 6 Greater Restoration Diamond Dust, but I would like to keep those as red Greater Restoration Diamond Dust, because I get the feeling we may need it in the house.
So you need.
So that would be 1,500
Yeah,
GP worth.
yeah.
Nice.
We're just burning through all that money we were given.
We have so much, we're fine. But like, it's a good thing to have just because I worry, and I don't want to like. We're gonna go into the hells. I'm just a little.
Okay.
I
Revivify dust. Revivify diamonds.
yeah.
Materials for the lightning potion.
Tuning fork.
Tuning fork
for both hells and
and material plane.
elemental.
Well, we
Well,
don't need the
an
one for the
elemental.
hells if we use the meter.
Yeah, you don't need the tuning fork for the hells. You already have one to get home.
You just need it to get back.
Yeah, so you're fine there. What was the other stuff that you wanted?
The elemental tuning fork.
Tuning fork.
Well, the elemental no, the
No.
tuning fork would be we're gonna use the dragon stuff to like lure him to the material plane.
Yeah, but
So-
we'd need, if you
That's
wanted
what I
to use
thought.
planar binding, a gem worth 1,000 gold.
That's what we
That's
need.
it.
That's what you
Okay.
needed. So the gem worth 1,000 gold. Again, you can acquire that. What are you munching on?
15.
And
It's
how
probably
many?
a drink.
Yeah, and how much? And how many? You said you wanted to make
Oh, go on,
revivify
Hitch.
scrolls.
Not 5 diamonds for revivify.
5 diamonds for
That's
revivify.
gross.
Okay, so
It's not-
1,500.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
2,500
Just do.
total. Yeah, that is entirely doable. The gem, you have the right connections. Again, I don't need to play that out. And the diamonds, while you don't have the connections for all those diamonds, you do have a mirror that will let you do so. So again, we can play it out if you want. I don't see much sense in it.
Just knock the money out.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Also, Ignatius does have the ability to cast Revivify as well.
Yeah, that's good because if I die,
Yes.
you know, we need you to do that. So
Also, for quick reference, before we leave, Darius is gonna take Bird by the shoulders and go, for the love of God, don't let Ari open the fridge in the lab.
4.
Why?
8.
There's human body parts in it, and I don't want to freak her out.
Oh, okay. Okay. So, it'll take you, I'll say, probably about 2 hours of negotiating, chatting, and reaching out to folks to get all those items that you need, but you can manage to get them without any real issues. Now, with that said, there are still a few details that you don't know about, namely, who in particular is the fiend, the pact devil that is dealing or trying to mess with Darius. Where are they, and where is the jewel that you want so badly? The mirror can answer most of this. With that said,
If you want to guess that.
with that said, let's have a little scene. So, all of you now stand in front of the Mirror of Omniscience, and you will start off by asking about where is the jewel that Pristella wants. And as the image begins to swim and change, Fitz, you start getting a really bad feeling, almost like you are watching a bowstring getting pulled tight until it's about to snap.
As soon as Fitz gets that feeling, he's like, stop, 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 stop. Nope. We can't do that. Something's the matter. That mirror is not gonna let us look there.
Okay. Not entirely shocking.
We might need to use scrying when we're on that plane.
I mean, I can do that.
Just don't want us to lose our mirror.
No, that would be bad.
As for the problem with Darius, I believe we did previously discuss a potential way of getting the information out of this by compelling him to tell us the identity of his master.
Oh yeah. Give me 1 second, and you're gonna see Darius wrap some very thick gloves on her arms and go, 1 moment. Where is he? And just for shits and giggles.
Oh,
Oh, that was a great animal handling check.
oh dear.
Well, I have it.
Let go of me.
No.
What do you want?
Well, he's got the ability to compel.
I forget the exact spell, but in lieu of forgetting the spell, I thought of another thing, which is, well, if we just make it bleed a little bit onto the book, then everything that it knows will be within the book.
We don't know if
Oh.
that knowledge transfer is everything, but
It's worth a shot. Anyways,
Yeah.
somebody bring the book. I'm gonna bleed the cat on it.
oh boy, what a statement.
This is animal abuse. You know this.
Get out of Yeah,
You're
real
not
animal.
a beast.
I look like one. I look like one to everybody else. You're monsters. You're monsters as far as they're concerned.
We're in a town full of people who know what you are.
Hey man, I'm not involved in this.
Meow. Meow.
If
You're
you
the
keep
man.
that up, then Bloos will eat you.
I'll give him food poisoning.
He has developed a thing for catching live prey.
Blues gets weirder and weirder every day.
Meow.
Dude, we're in the tower. Everyone here knows you're not a cat.
Fuck all of you.
I'm not involved. All right.
Most of these people aren't involved with this. It's mainly morally questionable ones of us.
You're letting it
Where's the
happen.
book?
What? All right, fine. Yeah, I'm a part of it. Sure.
We
You
we
will.
bleed. We don't kill him, but we do cut him on the bone.
Yeah, you cut loose, and you will make him bleed upon the book, while he wriggles and screams at you all.
That's okay. Everyone needs to cut loose sometimes.
Ha
Everybody
ha!
cut loose. Loose.
Kick off your goddamn Sunday shoe.
Well, in
Please,
Chris's case, they're already kicked off.
True.
Um,
Alright. I don't know what you do when I'm not looking at you, but run along.
I would like everyone to please make dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Well, we're all near
Everyone?
Iggy.
Yeah.
Well, he does cast grease.
Oh, what the fuck?
Oh, hold on. I'll be petty for this because I have the Sodom Gun Mouse counter spell.
Oh, no.
You counterspell his grease.
None
That's
of
funnier,
that.
though.
That's worse.
Alright, the counterspell means we don't have to worry about our dex saves.
Yeah.
I love. Oh, that's so funny.
You're
Honestly,
so mean to Luce.
Rightfully
he
so.
But once
deserves
my
it.
I
soul.
mean, I'm gonna be so real with you. I don't care that we're mean to lose.
So mean.
The only thing I don't like about it is that he's in a cat body, so I am imagining these terrible things happening to a cat, and I
Well,
hate that.
But a
Very
cat
much
with
so.
a human face, mind you.
Basically.
He doesn't have a human face. He is hideous though.
Now,
No,
the
I
thing-
love scrungly, crunchy cats, though.
Sorry.
the reason I don't feel any remorse is that we've said, okay, we'll compromise with you if you offer some assistance in these situations, and he's refused help every time. So I'm just like, well, screw you too, man.
Alright, fuck you.
Alright.
So you have bled Luce onto the book. If your theory
now
is
I
right,
put-
the information should be there.
We haven't long rested yet, but so I'm just gonna put 10 hit points into it and see if it pops up.
I my full lay on hands. I heal you up 70. Go wild.
What's the specific information you're looking for? Just the name of the fiend?
It's the name of the fiend that Luce works for.
And this is actually useful for Darius because now she doesn't need to use a spell to discern the name.
No, but I still have to use the spell if I'm gonna cast certain types of spells on it.
Yeah.
Piss it off, something awful, but I'm already trying to kill it.
So he would know him by the name Cetra.
Petra?
Cetra. Cetra. Cetra.
Alright. And we just use the mirror to not put us directly in front of Cetra, but near Cetra. Now, before we go, is there anything anyone... I know we're gonna long rest, but before we go to sleep and then in the morning fresh and early start, anything anyone needs?
A motorcycle.
A motorcycle.
I will assume nothing then, as it all appears to be pretty straightforward.
Let's go to sleep.
Okay. Before I go to sleep, would anyone like to throw their spells into my coat?
Sure. Let me just count up the spell levels I have.
I don't need that many. I only need 5.
Actually,
can
I
do
do.
that.
I can give that easy.
Because I... Yes, Becca?
This occurred to me. I should make some more holy water.
Yeah.
Maybe, perhaps.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
I can't do that because I don't have the spell prepared.
Actually, hold on. I might not even need yours, Cody. I'm gonna be so real with you. I just realized. Hold on, let me check something. Where is my... Okay, I do not have 36 in my thing. There's no way. I think I. Why did it go to 30? Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna assume that
It's
I'll
not
take
an
5
issue.
from you. I'm gonna assume that I was at 0 because I'm pretty sure I was at 0 at the end of it.
You burned a shit ton.
Yeah, that's just. I'm just gonna go that I was at 0 at the end of it. It's fine because I
Yeah,
was in my
I-
spells by the time we were.
Literally,
Done.
even having counter spell, I can give you up to 29. So it
Okay,
doesn't
yeah, you're
matter.
fine.
I will be switching around some of my prepared spells, most notably taking protection from evil and good.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
also taking it, yeah.
Same here. Let me.
I gotta write that down and make sure I don't forget about that. I am making. I'm gonna be making some more bread. This week. Rosemary and garlic this time.
Ooh, that sounds
Ooh.
good.
I know, right?
God, I
Do you
can't
make like?
recall.
Sorry, Jolly.
1 second. Yes, Jolly?
I need to. I don't know how many times I roll for my hat to recharge because I don't know how many days have passed.
You'll do it twice.
Okay.
'Cause you already did it once earlier, but now just 2 more times.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's safe to bring Baloose because it's not the celestial plane, so if something happens, it disappears.
Mm-hmm.
It would be another matter if we were going back to the celestial
Yeah.
plane, so.
Okay, I'm gonna undo my traps. Sorry, I'm like fixing my preparer.
That's fine.
Yeah. So I'm like muttering to myself.
It does cost money to make holy water because I need like
Oh, no.
powdered silver, but
You know what?
I think it's like
Don't need
25
that.
gold per. So let's just make
Yeah.
like 3 more. You know what? No, let's do 4, make an even 100. And then I can distribute it amongst the group
Yeah.
because I already have 1 in my inventory. So then the 4 that I make can just.
I can do.
Everyone else but me, because I'm at a paladin level where I literally get radiant energy on every attack.
Yeah, you're
Super high.
fine.
So,
Get aid. I'm so
Uh,
sad. I just
that's
wish
fine.
druids don't get aid.
Jolly, you were about to ask me something as well, right?
Huh? No. Well, it was
Okay.
just the hat question. That was it.
Oh, okay, that's it. That was the hat question then. Okay, never mind then. I apologize. I got distracted doing something.
You're sad about that. I do get aid, so if we need, I can cast it.
It might be a good idea, like for the extra hit points.
Yeah. The thing with my channel divinity is I can convert them into spell slots third level or lower. So I could do 2 third level casts, get the whole party with the even +10. And get those slots back. But I'll hold off on that until we're approaching a need.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
Alrighty. So, has everybody marked their sheets back up to normal, restored all spells, what have you?
Who's taking
I
the holy water?
You said you're
Yes.
making, what was it,
I'm
40
making
more?
4.
Sorry, 4 more? Sorry.
So, Kaz,
I-
Darius.
You. I don't
I already
need it,
have
'cause I-
1 from before, but you have Gunnerball. So I can have 2 in my inventory. Which,
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm not really.
and then Fitz can also have 1.
Kaz, Darius, and Fitz? Got it.
Yep.
I will add that to your inventory, you guys.
What did it do?
Question
I've already
before
added it to mine.
thumbs
so-
up.
I'll read off the sheet in just a second, so just give me a moment.
Because Darius has the glove that allows 3 splitting 1 dose of the poison into 3. If she's coating something with holy water, could she use that to turn 1 vial of holy water into 3 uses.
You do not know how that would work. You never tried.
My number is 15 for this day. My oracle number for the new day.
You said you're putting the holy water in our inventories.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure.
I get you. Bing, bing, ba-ding, ding, ding. Okay. So just to let you guys know what holy water does. Hold on. I just placed it into Fitz's inventory. You splash the contents of the flask onto a creature within 5 feet of you, or throw it up to 20 feet where it shatters. You make a ranged attack, treating the holy water as an improvised weapon, so it's no proficiency. If it's a fiend or undead, it takes 2d6 radiant damage. Just a good way of causing some damage to a fiend or some undead, especially one that may be trying to be discreet.
So
Because then
throw it at them, or
throw it at them or splash it on them. Either way.
Yeah.
okay.
It'd be like the power of Christ compels you.
Yeah.
It's basically, it's honestly, I made them as like a backup kind of thing, but you can be more proactive with it if you want. It's up to you.
Yeah. It's also really useful if you encounter an enemy that has either a lot of damage resistances and immunities, something that has regeneration unless of it got damage from radiant, or something with like undead fortitude or an infernal.
So it's one of those things that has a fair number of possibilities with it. It's just something you have on hand.
Okay.
But it's been added to your inventory, you three. Any other things that need to be added to inventories or what have you?
Did you add the diamonds to physics?
Not yet. One moment.
I'm just gonna mark real quick that I have the ingredients for making lightning potions, but not the lightning potions yet.
Correct.
Just so I don't forget.
He already has 1 diamond, you just need to adjust the number of them.
And Fizzy, you also need to hold on to that jewel for the jewel valued at 1,000 gold, right?
I
Just need to-
need to hold it.
Like you need to have it in your inventory.
We're gonna do later binding.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'll do that. Don't worry.
Oh, I should probably have that spell prepared, shouldn't I? Should I have that spell prepared? Are we
might
doing that
not
all on
need
the
it.
same day?
No, we're gonna be in the
Probably
hells for a few days,
Okay.
probably.
Which will be less than a day in the material plane.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I'm not gonna worry about that now.
Okay. Those have been added to your inventory. I believe that should be everything for you all, right?
I think so.
Hopefully.
Excellent. In that case, let's go to hell. So you guys now stand in front of the Mirror of Omniscience. As you do so, you will call upon an image of, well, where in particular? Near where Cetra is, or okay. So you'll call upon an image of something near where Cetra is. And as you do so, you'll see that the portal will open up, and you are now looking out at a rather drab scene. It looks a lot like a city, but it is mainly shades of gray, with the few spots of color that you can see being a bit muddied and desaturated. The ground here looks to be something like sand, or something like sandy soil, maybe? And it looks like it's maybe slightly damp. Everything looks to be slightly damp here. It looks moist and wet. There is mold growing over several of these buildings, and mold growing on the streets. You can see that there are stains of something on the cobblestone road here. You're not sure what it is or what it was. and you can see that there are crowds of people here. Many of them. At least something you'd call people. Everything from individuals with horns and colorful skin and bright tails to animal-headed beings with human-like bodies. Long, spindly beasts with more tentacles than actual limbs lumber and string their ways, just kind of stretch their ways along the road, while other things on 4 to 6 legs trundle along. It is a city. It is a city that clearly has people doing their own things here, though maybe not many mortals who are doing their own things here. You can see the occasional human, elf, dwarf, what have you. They look to be in a bad spot. Many of them are either wearing chains or fancy-looking collars, noting a sigil of someone who owns them. Some aren't wearing chains, but they are sleeping wherever they can find a somewhat less damp spot on the ground. A bedroll, a tarp, something of the sort. And every once in a while, you can see that there are what you can only describe as guards, or police of a sort. A constabulary force in the hells. And anytime they find a human or mortal of some kind lounging on the floor or trying to sleep, they'll knock down their tents. They'll get them to go back and stop loitering as you hear them shout. Ladies and gentlemen, and Envy, this is hell.
I would like to.
Barris is just going to grab Fitz and Granny and go, if the guy we're going after has slaves, we need to find a way to bring them back to the material plane if possible.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Obviously.
You two are the good people, so I wanted to make sure that was actually a good plan.
Good is a strong word.
Listen, we can go on a crusade to free them after all of this is over.
Also, before we go through, you two aren't allowed to be alone.
Who are you looking at?
Who are
The two people that I would consider good in this group.
Oh. Honestly, they're probably gonna sniff us out.
That's why you're not allowed to be alone.
We shouldn't be none of us should be alone over here.
Yeah, we're not really planning on going off on our own adventures in hell, I'm afraid.
That's fair. That's
Except for
fair.
Ruben.
What a phrase.
Except for Ruben.
He's already
Ruben's his
out
own
of hell.
man.
Don't worry about it.
He's already out.
I will cast Pass Without a Trace before we go in.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Good idea.
Eyes up, weapons at the ready. That's all I gotta say.
I don't know, if we're going into the middle of a town, do we really want to have our weapons out immediately?
Yeah,
I don't think we
Ooh,
do.
do you have that seeming spell? Seeming?
Makes you
Or
not
makes you
noticeable.
makes you seem like you fit there.
This isn't the last game.
I mean,
I
might
know
be
someone
confused.
had a
that
spell
original.
like it, but we'll see what they say when they look at
Because
the
I remember
lists.
Dara's using a similar spell last.
yeah, I have
session,
nondescript,
Yeah.
but it's
Which I
not
guess-
quite the same.
Yeah. I don't know how much that would help.
They wouldn't be able to
Uh,
recognize us.
It's also only on self.
Never mind.
I'd have to make spell scrolls.
Let's just
Yep.
fuck it. We ball.
We don't have the classes particle or card sorcerer wizard.
I will take 10 minutes before we go through, so that way I can cast telepathic bond between all of us without wasting a question king.
Are you including
Fair
or
enough.
excluding Balloose?
No. I'm not including the horse. The
Never
only
again.
animal that's still here that I would include is the ferret.
The
Frog would get
ferret
it.
has a name.
I said it afterwards. I said Frog would get it.
Yeah. Use his name first. He's his own man. He is not.
The reason
the
I said that
ferret.
is because I said the horse isn't getting it.
Yes, because Balloose is a freak of nature. Frog is a sweet boy.
Stepping through the portal into hell. Immediately, you'll be greeted by the heat that you did not get to feel. It is uncomfortable. It is cloying. It covers your entire body in a thin film of something that you think is water. Something that you hope is water. It stinks here. There's a stink that sticks with you and you think it's going to stain your clothes for years to come. It's like rotten eggs mixed with cabbage and then just left to rot in the sun. It stinks to high hell. And what doesn't help are all the looks you're now getting. As a group of 6 strangers have just stepped into hell. Plenty of individuals are looking at you. Most of them devils of some sort. Though no one is immediately making any moves towards you. Many are just walking.
Make direct eye contact with everyone that looks at us.
Yeah, piss off a paladin. Let's see what happens.
You will see that there are a fair number. Actually, roll insight, please. All of you.
Okay.
Yeah, boy.
I rolled a 19 on the die, which I believe gives me a full 30.
Insight. Attributes.
Becca.
Yeah, full 30.
Roll the 3 on the die.
So most everybody, except for Cass.
Just
Yeah.
for fun. Just for
It
fun,
is-
Balloose is inside.
It is, damn it. It is difficult to miss the glances that Ignatius and Granny are catching, especially. They are looks not necessarily just of distaste, not just of anger, but there is just a little look they always give towards those two in particular of some kind of a desire that they have about those two. You don't know what it means. Fizzy, you will see that a vast majority of the people here are sizing you up in some regard, and they keep looking at your person, and it looks like they are searching for something in particular on your person, and they're not seeing it. And a few you will see even kind of nod to themselves like they're keeping track of that.
When you say on your person, do you mean me specifically?
Your persons, all of you, like they're
Okay,
looking at your
okay.
bodies and going, do they have this?
We
And they don't
have-
see it, and they nod to themselves, and they like, it looks like they're trying to keep that in mind.
We don't have ownership sigils. We're free game, baby.
I would
First
love
one
something.
Yeah. First one to try
Excuse me?
something is gonna have a rude awakening.
I'm not finishing my sentence, Connor.
Am I Christian Minecraft server?
Yeah.
Listen, you can get all the hot Steven boyfriends you want. Just bring them back with us and don't
No.
stay here.
I
with
need
us.
you to understand something so important. I wasn't gonna say something horny. I was gonna say something that provoking. Which is worse.
Oh.
So I was gonna say I would love to see them try to take ownership of us. And that it's not something you say to the DM. Which is why I stopped myself.
Listen, first one who tries is gonna have an example made out of them.
So, as you guys begin walking through the streets of hell, you will note something interesting about the buildings here. There are quite a few, and all of them look to be very nice, save for the few that have a little bit of mold building up on them. But there are no doors or windows on these buildings. They're very well made, nice architecture, well painted roofs, at least as well painted as you can get in hell. But there are no doors to enter, nor windows to break into. You can see that there are some places that fiends are definitely making their way into somehow, though they just seem to kind of phase into the rock that makes up the actual building, melting into it. So, what's the plan, everybody?
I did not expect this to drop us in a city. How are we going to find Cetra?
That'll probably be fairly simple if we can get close enough to the center of it. I have
Yeah, but-
locate creature prepared and a name to go off of.
Okay, that was my next question. Why don't you cop that now? Because doesn't it last for like an hour?
1 hour. Yeah.
We shouldn't be so far away that we can't get into range within that time. So why don't you, or maybe we duck out of sight. I don't like the looks that these guys are giving us.
It is. This, like, says the name Cetra as this man from Mike snaps his finger.
You will start to feel a pulse drawing you to a certain direction that would lead you to towards Cetra.
Just points that way.
You will hear a voice pipe up near you. Do you have the proper permit to be casting magic in the city?
Oh yeah, but we left it at home.
You
I'm
will
so
turn it,
sorry.
and you are now looking at a large, almost octopus-like creature, but there are about 10 times too many limbs and tentacles coming off of it. And it has something like a primary stalk for a torso that slithers along the ground. What's the wisdom ability check for?
I was trying to decide on how fucking brutal Darius was about to be.
Well,
So did I. Good news.
I-
She's not gonna say, this is the permit.
gonna lie my fucking teeth off.
No, I have an idea.
I was gonna go with Granny and lie her fucking teeth off.
I have Charm Monster.
If you want
I-
to use
I prepared that today. I
The
prepared
thing
Charm
is, he's
Monster.
not the only guard, which is my only concern.
Okay.
Granny, would you
What?
care to make a deception check?
yeah, right away. Please, +7, do it for me.
Pretty good.
14 on the die, not
Okay.
bad, not bad. Provided you know, believes it.
You left it at home?
Yeah.
Well, that's a shame. And you'll see that one of these tentacles kind of rides up and like slithers itself onto your shoulder.
Ew, don't touch me.
You do know there is a fine for failing to have a permit when casting magic. Don't you?
You'll have to remind me. My brain wasn't too good when I passed on. Memory's
He's
not
pretty
there.
old.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's fine. It would mean that one's freedom is forfeit. Now, Mr. Paladin, will you obey the laws of this great city?
We obey it over there.
Let me just check something. He is gonna square up his shoulders and say, "Oh, I think we both know that resolving this matter is perhaps better done with letting us go on our way and simply being out of your hands. Surely you would value your own life above something minor such as this."
Roll intimidation.
Come on, charisma character.
Well, and
Oh.
well,
You actually rolled a 15 on that, actually. I mean, so
Okay.
you rolled a 15 on that. Because I'm not, this
So
absolutely not.
20. So
Alright.
24?
24.
And I'll play it up using his sort of boon by expending a hit die to add a d10 to that. So 27.
27. Outsiders, you never respect our laws. Fine. Get lost. He just slips away from you a little bit. Though he keeps watching you.
Waiting for us to break into the law so he has an excuse.
We should make this quick.
Yeah, let's get moving.
I would like everybody to please roll perception checks.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy!
Boy,
Thank you.
damn,
guys.
I'm doing pretty good.
27.
That sucks.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm suffering.
Anything wisdom based is just I'm so sorry.
So 20, 26, 20 from bonus.
I rolled a 27.
I mean,
27.
He has senses.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Proficiency.
Kaz got a 19. Granny got a 20. Yeah, I think
Oh,
honestly,
what do you do?
Ignatius, you're the only one that's not picking up on this.
Yeah.
I'm
I will
focusing on the deduction.
I will let all of you know that kind of like dampness that you felt as you entered in, it is leaving a film on your person.
A film.
And a film. Like a residue, Jolly.
Oh.
And at first, you just thought it was water.
Mhm.
Darius, especially, you recognize this feeling. It is not water. It is oil. It is a kind of oil that is getting stuck on you now.
Hey, can I say a horrible statement?
Yeah.
Can I taste it?
Oh my
Yes, you can.
god.
Do I recognize what it tastes like?
Let me look up the description of what this would taste like, actually.
What does oil taste like?
Well,
Well,
so
I say this with all the love in my heart. When Darius experiments, if she knows it won't kill her, she will try putting it in her mouth.
Oh my
It's
god,
the
you're just like a
Skyrim method.
toddler.
Well,
I think this
Certain-
bee will make a good poison.
So, yeah. So, what you would describe this taste as? It's a very clever thing you've just done. It is slightly rank, and fish-like. It has a vaguely fishy, rancid taste to it.
does Darius know what that is?
You could roll a knowledge check. Nature.
Fuck me. Alright. 9. It's like one of the few things I'm not really great at.
Fish oil?
Outside of athletics. Fish oil?
Fish oil? Like the stuff that they press and make into pills for older people?
They make them for younger people. Fish oil's really good for you.
That's fair, it is.
Mhm.
But you're not
Don't-
too sure. It's fishy.
Don't try to taste what's on your skin. It's really gross.
Granny's gonna pull her, like, kerchief, basically, or her bandana that she keeps around her neck, and she doesn't want to be breathing too much of that in.
Anybody else could try to make
Gross.
another nature skill check as well, though your DC will raise slightly.
Why don't we
No,
let
I
the
only have
druid, who's
+1.
also the other herbalist here, try?
It's
You sure?
intelligence based.
I mean, I am proficient in nature though.
Oh,
So
okay.
I do have a +4.
Yeah,
I do have
good.
a +4.
Better than mine.
18 on the die plus
4.
4, so
22.
22.
Yes, you do vaguely remember this, just because you've seen it used before. You know what it is because there are some places that will use it. It's whale oil.
It's whale oil. It's
Are we in a whale?
It's used for lamps.
Oh.
because we're in
We're
fire.
flammable!
Yeah.
Yahoo!
Well, I
A
mean,
match goes off here and the whole thing just...
hey,
The entire
Fitz.
city.
Does your precipitation work on getting it off of you?
Mm-mm.
Perhaps we
I would-
should move
I would
out of
assume,
sight before
but
doing that.
Don't want to try it.
Well, I would assume, but it permeates the air, so it wouldn't last long.
Okay.
It would come
That's
off
fair.
and then immediately be gone or be back. So
Okay. That's a fair point. Alright.
Well, I guess just be careful with fire spells
Well.
and ignitions. Although, she looks at her own gun, she's like, well, we'll worry about that later.
Actually,
Ooh. Uh-oh. You know how guns work?
Oh. no.
Mhm.
We'll
I'm
say
so-
I got rid of all my fire spells before coming in.
I'm
'Cause I
still
was
just
like-
laughing at Jolly very quietly, going, "Well."
Mhm.
And then every time you just said "well," I was going, "Well,
Well.
well."
I'm like, we're going into hell. I am not bringing fire in. That was a wise choice, apparently.
Yeah.
at least none of us are like Maddie, who was a fire fucking.
Hey,
Celestial.
don't be mean to her right now.
In fairness, half of her fire was radiant.
Yeah.
Um, so we'll probably follow a path that is roughly in the direction, but try to take alleys that are large enough to comfortably move through to make it harder for individuals to keep a line of sight on us.
Alright, yeah, let's take a nice little zigzag path.
Stealth check, please.
We have a plus
Plus
10
10
the
to
Rudy.
everyone.
Correct.
Ooh.
I get
Ew,
advantage.
thank God for that
Probably
plus
for the
10.
best.
Aww.
Thank God for that plus 10 is all I gotta say. Oh my God.
Yeah,
You
thank
guys.
God,
Thank
because
God.
I've rolled good until now.
Oh, good. The horse rolled well.
The
Wow.
horse-
Can you roll for me? This Foundry on my iPad sucks dick.
Yeah.
I rolled a 4 plus I think 2 for me.
6,
So
3, 7, 6.
And then tell me what you roll for me because I can't see it.
I rolled a 6 for you, so you got an 8. Which, ironically, I also rolled a 6 for me, so I'm consistent.
Oh my god.
10.
Hey, all of
it's-
those have a plus 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Thank
still not
God.
good.
Still
Jesus
not good.
Christ.
Especially since we stick out as it is anyways.
Yeah, it kind of makes sense that they're a little bit lower, honestly. I also rolled a 6 total, so 16 for me too.
Okay, so it's an 18 from Fitz, 17 from Granny, 13 from Ignatius, 16 from Darius, 16 from
From Vizzy.
Fizzy, and a 36 from Kaz. Well, that's good. At least that didn't change.
And a 26 from Loot. But
We should all be rogues, guys.
oddly enough, the really weird
I know.
looking horse thing is the most normal thing in the party here.
Well,
Yeah, already kind of demonic.
so you guys begin slinking along towards the general direction of where Cetra is. This will take you through main roads, back roads, and alleys. As you do so, you all will inevitably see people, actual people. They look like mortals. They're wearing the scraps of clothes, if that. And many of them are huddled near, bright bulb-like things that are maybe producing some heat for them. You're not sure. Or some brightness so that they can see. Others are in scrap bedrolls and underneath tents. And they're watching you. Kaz is basically the only one that didn't get noticed, and Balus is one that they are just kind of trying to keep their eyes away from in case he is a demon. But everybody else, they noticed you. And you will hear a few voices pipe up, and you'll hear, "So these are the ones?" And then you hear someone go, "Yes, sir. Those are them." And you look over and you see that there is you would almost call it like a bull for a head, like a bull's head. But it's almost been bisected at the snout. So it kind of splits in two into another bull's head. So it's got two mouths. And this thing is standing next to a mortal. He's in rags. And he's keeping his eyes away from the devil next to him. Well, thank you for telling me about these. I will see to it that you are rewarded. And the devil will reach down and he'll gently pat the mortal. And you see that he just sets something in the mortal's hands. These little gems. And then he'll give him a little push and send him on his way. And you'll see a few more devils start to creep out and peer at you all. The bull-headed one looks at you all. Going somewhere?
Frankly, none of your concern where we're going.
Maybe not. But what is my concern is that you don't have any amulets on you. No one owns you. You're not branded. You're not dead. But you have no symbol of safe passage.
Yes. We might not be dead, but you certainly will be if you persist.
Yeah, our symbol of safe passage are these guns.
Also, and Darius will summon something that she doesn't like to summon. She is gonna call for Luce
Oh.
and go, we already have an appointment with this thing's master.
Oh, you're gonna hate me.
Oh, is he gonna meow?
Luce is gonna go. They're full of shit. They're fucking humans. Kill them.
On this plane, he
Worst
dies.
creature.
Just if we kill him on this plane, he dies for good.
We should kill you while we're here, actually. Get rid of you fully.
Looks like you are here for some business. Don't think you'll be getting there though.
I think we will.
What's your name?
Oh, you're polite.
No,
Call me-
what's your name? And
Call me
Darius is gonna
Tough.
cast his own true name creature.
Ow, fuck. Roll charisma. Toth needs to roll charisma against you.
Oh.
No. He has to roll wisdom against me.
Wisdom. Okay.
I am imagining this as, what's your name?
Tony! What's yours?
You, Tony.
He
yours?
was saying his name though. What is his name?
Yeah. True name is different from.
True name is.
But I still want to know his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got it.
Said it.
Tony.
Tony, gotcha, Tony.
Tony!
Fuck you, Tony.
Fuck you, Tony!
Fuck you, Tony.
Give me a quick second while I make sure I get this number right.
Oh.
Oh, God, my eye is so weepy. I'm gonna get that checked.
Could be allergies.
It might be allergies.
I dropped salt.
Possible.
You might have developed an allergy to cat dander.
Developed? I
That
already
would
had one.
Be there.
It got worse. You got two of them now.
Now that's possible. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Excuse me.
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
Fuck me, I guess.
Trying to kill us or no?
I'm not. The devils are.
Yeah.
Why did it roll just a flat D20?
You know,
Oh, that's because
from the
I pushed the
Bible.
wrong button. That's why.
Guys,
What does it add?
It would be only a +9.
Hey, can someone make? Is there someone who can make it roll wisdom checks?
Or just lower the save.
I can lower it.
That works.
I was like, if I re-roll, he's probably gonna roll higher.
Yeah.
I can
I don't
roll.
have a
Hold-
guarantee.
Okay. I got the wool thing. So hold on.
Guys, I'm sending something in art. Don't look at the left side of the screen because it's don't look at it. But look at this doggy. I've decided that guy has a dog. Big dog.
That was a 6. I rolled a 6.
His name is Marco.
He fails with that. I know his true name.
Tony.
Tony. But it's
you know,
spelled like
that's true.
T-O.
TOHKNEE.
Yeah.
Cool.
Tony.
Also,
I am going to
Jill,
use that as a placeholder.
Actually, no. I should just message you that.
Oh, that's such a pretty dog you've drawn, Jill. You did a really good job.
Thanks. I highly reference the picture of a great
Yeah.
dog. That too. We can
Oh,
have
okay.
multiple things.
You go. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
That one ride this one like a horse.
Oh, fair enough. Go on, Jess.
I'm going to use Tony as a placeholder. One, because it's funny, and two, because I don't know. We're not going to deal with actual name stuff. Darius is going to go, listen, Tony. Yeah. I know you. I know you to your deepest, darkest depths. Do you really think it's wise to cross with us right now? When I could do anything I wanted to you with this name?
You are in a city full of devils like us.
And a god wants us to fight him because we're so strong. Do you think it's wise for you to go against that? Do you think you're good enough? Because I don't. Tony. I can
Well,
see every little insecurity.
Roll intimidation. I will give you advantage.
Cool. Fun fact, I have a plus 13 to intimidation.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Oof.
nice.
Hey, that's a 32.
Nice.
Do you think you're good enough? Truly? Or aren't you still a scared little boy? Walk away.
This isn't done.
Sure, princess.
You will turn and walk away from him.
Great.
Thank
that's
you,
one.
Fizzy.
Yes.
I am sometimes useful. Sometimes.
You're frequently useful with that wheel and woe shit, man.
Yeah, I only have
Look,
because I only need my proficiency, I think. So I only have like 4 uses of it.
you might not be a killing machine like Kaz, but you're great
No.
for that.
No. I am not.
I haven't killed anybody recently.
Well,
Recently?
this time. And Darius, the second he turns back, is gonna look at the others and very quietly in the mind link, just in case, go, hey, I can only know 3 names at a time. Let's fucking go before someone else
Yes,
challenges
fucking
me.
go.
Yes.
Also, his name makes my brain feel slimy.
You know, for the sake of future checks, Ignatius is going to get onto Blue, so only Blue needs to do it, so I'm not making stealth checks at disadvantage with a -1.
That'd be a bad idea. Would you care to make another set of stealth checks, everybody?
God damn it. Jill, do you need me to roll yours too?
Ooh.
Hey, I rolled
Hell yeah.
worse.
Okay. God. Okay.
It's still
Okay.
fine.
Okay. Sorry, I rolled cock the first time.
good. I had an 18
I
on the
rolled
die.
better. I rolled 14 on the die.
Jill, I rolled an 8 on the die for you.
So it's a 20 for Fitz, 32 for Granny, 40 for Kaz, 21 for Balloose,
26 for me.
26 for Fizzy, and a 16 for Darius.
Considering what I just did, maybe that makes a little sense.
Now you understand that it's not just the devils here that are a problem, because some of the mortals also want to get a leg up here, and they're more than willing to sell you out to do it. So you find quieter alleys, less mortals, less dead mortals, that is. And you start slinking around them as well. It takes you a little bit longer, sure, but you will manage to avoid being detected. And as you do so, you will find yourself in a newer part of town. Something that looks, you would say, almost pleasant by someone's definition. See, it seems like somebody has gone out of their way to make fake palm trees around this home. They're made of stone, and it looks like the very tops of them are basically pounded thin sheets of copper that have then allowed a patina to grow on them. But there are fake palm trees around this house. It has very nice decorative walls that go up quite a ways, and a large main gate made of wrought iron. It's gorgeous. And it's also right where the locate creature is pointing you.
What is he, like the equivalent of the mayor of this town?
You don't know.
We should make this quick.
And so, you stand in front of Cetra's mansion. And that is where we'll pick up next time. So, I do hope you guys enjoyed the session. If you do, please pass the word around, tell your friends. We stream regularly. Mondays. Soon we're going to be picking up a Monday stream because I have some Oblivion to play as well as maybe some single player games. Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. If that sounds like it's your thing, pass the word around, tell your friends. But with all that said, special thanks to my friends, Jolly, Jill, Jess, Michelle, Becca, and Cody. Thank you all so very much for hanging out with me. Say bye, stream.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, stream.